afternoon, gamers. Let me just get some music on the go. For fuck, every time it reappears when I'm not streaming and then disappears the second I start. I swear to God. Right. I need to fix their fucking playlist, they do. It's really starting to annoy me. Okay, right. So the plan for today is to attempt to finish Mystic. Whether that's going to happen in the hour and 35 minutes that I have is another question altogether, but I'm going to make a concerted effort to see that it happens. We may end up doing, like, another stream on it on Mystic next week to sort of, like, clean stuff up and go back through everything, but I want to try and finish everything. Get the first draft, like, done today. So that means what we need to do is make 2 more powers, namely Mental Mirage and Emotion Shaping, whatever that I decide to call it. And I also need to make this 18th level feature, whatever it ends up being. Let me just clear my throat. Right. An itch on the small of my back. Don't mind my forehead. Right. So we're just gonna jump right into things because I don't want to waste time. Oh, sit up properly. There we go. Oh. Whew. I'll go in here. You can invoke hallucination. That seem real. Right. I think you read Minor Illusion. That you can see. Honestly, I feel like that's probably the tidiest way of having this ability. When you cast minor illusion this way, the illusion is perceived only by yourself and a number of other creatures that you can see within 60 feet of you, up to your intelligence modifier. Or up to a number of creatures. Or other creatures. Oh no, it's fine, that's fine. You can see. Just a number of creatures up to your intelligence modifier that you can see within range. Yeah, that works. I think that kind of tracks for me, I think. Now, I have sort of two options. Let me just go read all Phantasmal Force. Wow, I didn't realize Phantasmal Force has as much flexibility as it does. Wow. I thought... okay, right. That's what we're doing. The only problem is that at low levels, or at novice level, I don't really know what to give them. So something else needs to go in here. That's a big thing. Something else needs to go in here. Phantasmal Mirage. Hang on. Dangerous Falsehoods. Phantasmal Force once per short rest. Good stuff. Because I like properly. I think the only problem with Phantasmal Force is the damage it does is pretty, like, negligible. It's like a... it's... You know why, actually? No. Because I think the damage of the spell is too low. So we're gonna go here and call it Induced Agony. A terrible illusion of pain. Now, my only problem with this is mental grip or crushing grip works in the exact same way. So, welcome in. It's going okay, it's going okay. We just started on Mental Mirage. The only problem we've got at the moment is the pain you can induce in people. The way that it currently works and the design that I want to pull from is like basically the exact fucking same as Crushing Grip. I just need to crack a window in here as well because it's fucking hot. Ugh. At the start of each of the target's turns, it takes 1d6 psychic damage. You can use this feature once, twice. Okay, so this is different from Crushing Grip in two core ways. First off, it does a lot more damage and doesn't affect their speed. Or actually, hang on, right, so I'm going to start again. So, I'm going to explain it from the top. So, Crushing Grip, let me go find it. It is an action and it works automatically. But you concentrate on it for the duration. It ends if you lose concentration or if you end your turn more than 60 feet away from the target. At the start of their turn, they make a con save. Or take a small amount of damage and have a minor reduction to their speed, and on a success take half damage and their speed is unaffected. And you can do that as much as you want, which is maybe too strong, I'm not sure. That legitimately might be too strong, but I guess it is your concentration. They can break your concentration. And I suppose there is also nothing stopping you from putting it back on them, but the damage is not really all that high. On the flip side, Induced Agony is an action. They get a saving throw against it initially, and if they succeed, it doesn't do anything. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. And at the start of each of their turns, they take a d8 psychic damage. And they repeat their save at the end of each of their turns and end the effect. It's not concentration, but you only have 2 uses of it. I'm not sure how they stack up. I think probably in a vacuum, Crushing Grip is better, but I think Crushing Grip only just ramps up in damage and the speed reduction gets a little better at third, whereas Induced Agony is going to it's going to tie into the rest of this. It's going to get better in a lot of other ways. So I think when you first get it, Crushing Grip is probably better. It really depends. It really depends on what you're fighting, I think. If you're fighting melee guys, then Crushing Grip is much better because it can basically just stop them from, limit their ability to reach you. Because if they fail their save, if they're 30 feet away, they just won't be able to reach you. But if you're fighting ranged guys, then Induced Agony is just worth it for the damage. That's... you can see without putting within 60 feet of you. Oh, faux you, of you. There we go. So, Adept. Is instead 2d8. Hang on, something I am going to do. No. Fails its initial saving throw against this feature or takes damage from it. It suffers disadvantage on the next attack roll or ability check it makes in the next minute. It makes before this feature ends. It makes in the next minute. There we go. So, oh, I know. Actually, no, I'm going to save this for... This is coming together fairly well. I'm kind of happy with how it is so far. Actually, okay, no, I'm gonna... You know, actually, hang on. Choose any number of creatures you can see within the area. You are considered to be invisible to those creatures until you take a hostile action against them. Until after you take her. Ah, see, it should be a case of you're just, like, not perceived by them, like, at all. Yeah, I think this is going to go in at expert. I'm going to cut this. I have been kind of avoiding it. Avoiding doing it just for the sake of, like, keeping things, like, base. But at the same time, like, I think one instance of it is not a problem. I have a spell in one of my books called Facade. And it is the perfect... it is the perfect spell for this power, and I'm not going to limit myself from using it. From not using it, I guess, in this instance. Glamour. So there's Facade. There's also Major Image is another one. I would call this Psychic Glamour, because Glamour on its own doesn't sound like anything exciting. Psychic Glamour sounds pretty cool. You can innately cast the Major Image spell. And any number of other creatures you can see within 60 feet of you. Something else I will do. Okay, right. Now, it feels like kind of a sad level if you just straight up don't get access to anything that improves Induced Agony at Expert level. But it's like, Expert is already so flooded with really powerful shit. With just a lot of stuff, I think is the main thing. That's always the difficult thing, is balancing Expert and like balancing where to put abilities, because giving the mystic spells in places is totally fine. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Oh, hey, that's something I need to do. Sort of giving them spells is totally within their design space. The problem is it's really fucking hard to give them 3rd level spells, because I can't give it to them at Adept, and then making them have to wait until as early as 9th level to get them just kind of feels bad. Luckily, that's not been too bad so far. Like, a lot of the spells that I've wanted to use have been like either 1st, 2nd, or 4th and 5th level, or 4th, 5th, and 6th level, which are really easy to give to them. Because, or hell, even 7th level spells I can safely give to a Mystic and it not be a big problem. Because, for instance, 1st level spells I tend to just give to them at novice level. Like, that's fine, you know, giving them access to a 1st level spell once per short rest is actively worse than what Warlocks have, and especially much more narrow, because it's one spell. It gives a very specific thing that it does, like Catapult once per short rest. Whatever, right? It's not a big deal. And then at Adept, I can safely give them 2nd level spells, like Levitation gets Levitate, obviously, which they can only cast on themselves. Bodily Adaptation gets Alter Self, because it's perfect for the option. And a lot of them have been really easy, but this one is like, Facade is perfect, Major Image is perfect. They're both 3rd level spells, and it's really fucking hard to give 3rd level spells to the Mystic just because of the way it's designed. If Adept was at 5th level, then if you could get Adept at 5th level instead, then it would probably be fine. And theoretically, I could do what I did with Weapon Meta Creation. There is design precedence for it. In the, hang on, where is it? Oh, yeah, here. Here we go. When you reach 6th level in this class, That's big. That's really big. Because it does allow me a little bit of lenience, but at the same time, it feels really weird to do it for anything but to just, like, give them a spell at 6th level for free. I mean, it's not even really for free, it's just weird. I might consider it. I think for the sake of neatness, I might do it, because it's probably better. But I don't know. I thoughts from people in chat, especially those who are sort of familiar with the Mystic, because I've been designing it for months now, that you get access to adept level shit as early as 3rd. You don't have to pick up all of the stuff at 3rd, but you can theoretically be an adept in Mental Mirage at 3rd level as a Mystic, or as just a character as a whole. Should I put it in an extra feature so that at 5th or 6th level, you get something else? There is only one other power that does it, and it's weapon meta creation, so it gives you extra attack. And it's the only one that does it. The only other one that does it. It doesn't give them a spell, it gives them a feature that's crucial to making Martial not shit. So, just thoughts from people, how do they feel about that? Like, I'll put it in here as a like, I'll mark it in so you can get a sense for what it's going to look like. Oh shit. So it would be this. The only issue being is you still don't get anything when you adept with Mental Mirage. If you adept it at level 3, you get like this, and that's kind of it. So, again, thoughts? I'm gonna sip my tea. Yeah, I think it certainly helps free up Expert to have a little bit more sort of stuff. So if anybody else wants to chime in, I'm actually going to go open a window because I am fucking boiling in here. I'll be back in. I mean, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to mute my mic. Okay, right. I might do it. Let me go take a look at what is the range. Minor Illusion has a range of 30 feet. What is Major Image's range? 120 feet. So let's do that. That's probably something small we can give to them. Lesser Mind Mirage. You cast Minor Illusion in this way. Has a range of 120 feet. I'm also going to do this. That's probably a good idea, actually, within 120 feet of the illusion. Oh, it should be perceived. Oh, so owning the windows helped a little bit, but it's still fucking hot as hell in here. Let's grab all Induced Agony. We're about 45 minutes in, and we've almost finished one, which is not... it's not really what I wanted, but it's not the end of the world, right? Induced Agony. Three times. There we go, those are the words I'm looking for. Now, where is what I'm looking for? There, you can major image whenever you want. That seems good to me. That seems really strong. There is a degree of inconsistency. Or is there? I'm not sure, actually. Either way, I need to put insteads in here. Oh, that's something. That's something. A creature immune to the charmed condition succeeds on its saving throw automatically. There we go. Okay, I think that's more than enough. Major image at will plus a lot of extra damage on Induced Agony. Well, that's... Ooh, hang on. Instead of giving them more uses, maybe it's a bonus action? Maybe? No, I think 4 use is pretty better. Like, this class already has a lot of flexibility, mainly because it basically lets them cast their damaging cantrip-like ability as a bonus action, or as an action, like, every turn anyway, from, like, 5th level onwards, so I would say that's fine. 1 down, 1 to go, and also a feature. I think, because, I'm gonna call this, like... I'm going to call it emotion manipulation. This is going to be a complex feature. I don't necessarily know how it's going to work. So we're going to, like, I'm going to, like, mark it down here, obviously. Emotion manipulation. Path to... How many pages? This is 24 pages long. This is a lot. I'm not sure how long this is going to end up being in, like, a doc, but I think it's probably going to be on the lengthy side. So, you can induce emotions in others. You can induce manipulating their feelings. I think I have some design things of kind of what I want to do with this, but it's going to be complex. So something what I might sort of take a sort of a palette cleanser, so to speak, and take a look at the 18th level feature. This is something I'm going to check the phrasing of this at a later date. This is not something we need to look at now. So we have all of our class features, and whilst I feel like there are a lot of them, quite possibly too many, I am liking where we are with them, I think, at the moment. Something I am sort of considering is, like, cutting this. This seems like an unnecessary amount of tracking. One second. Just replying to a message. Yeah, I think this I'm gonna red text here. It's because it's kind of jank and annoying. So, basically what we've got at the moment is a level 1, you get your first set of powers, you get your Psychic Blast. A second level, you get your Psy Crystal, your little guy here, little buddy. A third, you get your Psionic Adept. So you can just adapt your powers. At 5th, it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can use Psychic Blast as a bonus action. Basically, it just enhances your damage by quite a lot. At 6th, you get sort of some. It's mostly a fluff ability, really. You know, actually, fuck it. I actually kind of like these. The 10th level feature is the one I'm most unsure about. This one is definitely gonna get red text. This ability kind of makes precedent for should there be just a side crystal focus power. The only problem being, alternatively, should the Psi Crystal be taken out of the class and made into a power? Again, it's one of those things where I think I think the class could lose the Psi Crystal and it wouldn't ruin anything. It wouldn't make anything unfun. It wouldn't make anything suck. But at the same time, it feels like there's a lot of bloat going on with the class. That's my big concern, because I like the Psi Crystal a lot, and it's a core part of the original Mystic from 3.5. I say original, it's not the first instance of the Mystic, but the 3.5 Mystic is the impetus for a lot of this design, or a lot of the groundwork, the concepting for this design. How it works and stuff is a combination of mine and my idea and an idea that Joe had, and I worked it together into what you're seeing now. But I'm very much feeling like the Psi Crystal is bloating the class a lot. The only issue being is that the Psi Crystal it's gonna imbalance, because it obviously goes into meta creativity. Yeah, it's not going to get lost, it's just going to get turned into a power. I ain't scrapping the Psi Crystal. Psi Crystal is awesome, don't get me wrong. And I feel like it works with the base class, but this is a class where you already get an obscene amount of shit. You get so fucking much stuff. You get so much shit, especially at early levels. And I don't want this to have too much bloat. I'm very happy for this subclass to be an advanced level class for players who have a higher level of game knowledge and understanding. I am 100% for forcing players to learn the game that they're playing. I am 100% on board for that you do reach a tipping point where it is okay, maybe this is too much shit. This is too much stuff. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'm definitely gonna think about it. And this is for those of you who know me particularly well, this is not the kind of instance where I say I'm gonna think about it being code for I've already made up my mind, but I'm not confident on it yet. I'm actually I'm gonna sit down and have a big think about this, because I don't know. I think it maybe it's custom skill trees, and yeah, I say there's a lot of Psi Crystal synergy here, don't get me wrong. Crystalline Focus was initially in energy projection. It was initially the expert rank thing for energy projection, but it was just it was the problem is none of the powers interact with your Psi Crystal at all. And they were never designed to interact with the Psi Crystal. I'm sure there's plenty of them that I could theoretically go back and retroactively make interact with your Psi Crystal. But again, that's just more text to something that already is a lot of fucking text. So I don't know, I think I'm piping fucking hot, so I'm gonna go take a bit of a break because I'm hungry as well. I want to go eat dinner. I'll probably be gone for about 10 or 15 minutes. When I come back, I'm gonna... I think we're definitely not going to finish today because I want to think about the core class in my own time. I want to sit down and think about it because but I am 100% when I get back. We are doing emotion manipulation instead. I think I wanted the palette cleanser to like work on the 18th level feature, right? And I think the 18th level feature can be worked on divorced from however I feel about the Psych Crystal. And I think you're right, Joe, and the Psych Crystal has a lot of flavor, and we shouldn't lose it. It's going to be a power. If I scrap it, it's going to be a power. The only issue with making it a power means that there is now 4 powers for every discipline, except whichever one I put Psych Crystal into. So where the fuck do I guess I'm making another 4 powers at that point, right? And for some of them, it's not going to be hard. Like, I'm 100% I'm sure I can come up with another Pathurgy power, another meta creativity power, easy peasy. Well, assuming that Psych Crystal doesn't end up going into meta creativity, which it very probably will. Clairsentience, probably. Define... Oh, it's a power that you just get anyway? I mean, it's kind of how it is anyway, you know? It's just kind of... Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I think ultimately it's kind of arbitrary where it... I mean, it's not arbitrary. It either goes into clairsentience or meta creativity. I can't see it going anywhere else. Theoretically, it could go into psychometabolism, but I don't think so. It's either going to go into clairsentience or meta creativity, and if it does, I'm going to have to make more powers, which I'm fine with. I just think it's going to be difficult to make more powers. I have filled... Like, I had a big old list of abilities. I've done almost all of these. And all of the other ones are very, very minor, you know? Like, to be fair, actually, these ones... Memory fuckery, I haven't done that. I have done this. I've done that. I haven't done this. I'm not sure what and there's also psychosomatic infection, which I think was Phalia's suggestion. I'm uncertain. Hallucination, strength of mind is second. Oh yeah, I did that. See, all of the problem is like so many of these extra powers are like clairsentient shit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna think about it in my own time. I'm gonna stop talking about it on stream because I want to finish at the very fucking least all of the powers. I want to do that. So, I am going to I like that. I'll write that down. I have absolutely no idea mechanically what that is or what that does, but it sounds interesting. Either way. I am going to take a break here. I'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. Hopefully having cooled down, like, physically. I'm not super mad. It's like, no, I'm just fucking hot in here for some reason. It's really fucking hot in here. It's like, happened yesterday as well. Just suddenly was like, oh, you're streaming? Okay, right, let's increase the temperature by 10 fucking degrees. And it's just, oh, God. The children have gone back to school. The school holidays are over, which means we've gone from a super mild end of summer cooldown period to it is like 27 degrees, and I want to die. I don't actually know what the temperature is outside. Let's check the temperature. It's 23. Oh, humidity 52%. Yeah, there we go. It might as well be 27. Either way, I'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes. Folks gotta head off. That's all good. Hopefully see you about. If not, I'll be back shortly. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So untie my hair, and we're gonna carry on. Oh. Oh, right. Now, a lot of the powers follow a very linear design structure. They go novice, adept, expert, master. Generally speaking, novice, adept, and expert. Like, at novice, it'll introduce 2, maybe 3 powers, or 3 sort of abilities that you can use. At adept, it'll improve 1 or more of the features you've got at novice, and occasionally give you a new one, and pretty much the same is true for expert. At master level, it varies. Sometimes it gives you new stuff, sometimes it always improves at least something you got earlier on. Sometimes it gives you lots of new stuff, sometimes it doesn't. It varies pretty wildly from power to power, but they're all a fairly linear structure. The most sort of out there one, I would argue, is probably psychometry and weapon meta creation. Weapon meta creation gives you multiple options, namely at adept level you can make melee and ranged weapons, and that's mostly that. And psychometry has its own sort of point system that fuels all of its abilities. And we're going to be doing something else with emotion manipulation, which is going to be a little weird, but I want to try and put it in here. So scooch in a bit. Also need to clear my throat. I've got about 20 minutes before I need to go. Right. Okay, right. Might do. I'll say welcome in. Say I'm very near the end of Mystic Work, which is cool. You induce one of your known emotions, which you can see within 60 feet of you. An unwilling target can avoid the successful charisma saving throw. Ugh. So. The affected creature so I'm finishing up Mystic stuff at the moment, but Strahd stuff is good fun. So it's I ran Curse of Strahd a long time ago, but it was one of the best games I think I ever ran. I think it was a solid contender for probably the second best game I've ever run. Cliff, fast. Oh. The target. I say it's always a good way to I find that the more people you run for, the better you get at GMing. If you always run for the same people, obviously to a certain extent, obviously, but if you always run for the same people, you sort of like you just kind of sink into whatever works, and you just kind of go with that. Whereas if you run for other people, they will have specific needs and expectations that you might need to fill, which will change, often for the better, your GMing style. I find is having like aggressively rule-savvy players at my table help me be a lot more consistent with my rulings, which I was like, reasonably consistent anyway, but it was just that little push I needed to be better at it. It's the more types of players you get at your table, I would argue, at least, obviously you eventually reach critical mass where it doesn't really do anything anymore, but generally speaking, the better your GMing will be. Thugger's Mind is pushed back to a state of peace. Nah, it's kind of boring. Whatever, I'm not going to bother with that one. I say, yeah, the more adept you become at the rules, the more consistent your game will feel. I think that's the being super rules stringent isn't necessarily for everybody, but understanding the rules of the game that you are playing. I find that personally, once you understand the rules, you can make a decision, an educated decision, on the rules that you like and you don't like, instead of just making arbitrary decisions. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't grind your game to a halt to go look up a ruling, but it's like, there are web tools out there. Just to Google it. It will take you all of 10 seconds. Like, well, 10 seconds. It'll take you a minute. And the players will usually be satisfied with whatever, you know, if you find an official, you know, like JCraw or whatever, giving a sage advice, with some exception, but even so. Yeah, the better you understand the rules, the more of an educated decision you can make on the kinds of rules that you want to follow at your table. Because if you have a reasonable explanation as to why you don't use X rule, then, you know, a player can't really argue against that. Yeah, they can't really say, oh no, but it's like, no, this is the reason, and so on and so forth. Becomes more trusting, easy to manipulate. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this power today, which is unsurprising, but I think what I might actually do is, because I'm going to try and stream a lot this week, because I want to get writing done, but I might take an afternoon to just finish Mystic, like, this week, I think. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, but I think I might do it. Hell, I might do it tomorrow. It really depends. Oh god, I need to clear my throat, fuck. I'm not sure what you mean, Gary. The balance between no description? Say the description stuff is just like writing and improvisation. Improvisation, I find, is it is for some people obscenely easy, and for some people very, very difficult. I personally have always found it very easy, and I've gotten progressively better at it over the years. You can mitigate sort of problems with like descriptory things with a with just like pre-writing stuff, and like if you're running Curse of Strahd, like there's flavor text for everything in that book. That book is amazingly written. You won't need to do much of your own description just because of just how much good flavor text there is in there. Oh, definitely, yeah. I don't know if it's something I could build a whole power around. And I'm not sure what its like mechanical benefits would be. If anything, it would just be like, here, fellow player, play my very complicated character. I'm gonna play your character. Nothing else happens, and that's just like, you know, that doesn't seem particularly like interesting to me. it comes. Oh, yeah, for a dungeon. Oh yeah, and enemy stuff. Yeah, like 100%. I am super on the I've never done it before, but I totally would. I'd have to have the right group for it though, because I know there are a lot of players in some of my games that would super hate it because it would just be stressful. Which, is fair enough, I guess. I don't really get it, but, that's just me. Yeah. Whisper's one of those things where so many people have seen Whisper do things, they would at least be able to they'd be able to do something with Whisper. It would mostly just be working your hell maze of a character sheet. I think that would be the real struggle for most people. Ah, yes. Falls at a rate of 60 feet per round, and falls at a rate of 60 feet per round, and I just don't want this to be like a one-use, lol, flying creatures die. Oh, that's something Earthbind, that does it. Descends at 60 feet per round until it reaches the ground or the effect ends. Yeah, that's fine. I think coming up with more of these, emotions I will probably do in my own time, or just in the next stream. But, because I need to, go on to, the next one. Honestly, I think this power is very complicated and also very simple at the same time, I think the main thing will be filling in what else you get. Or actually, hang on. You learn one more emotion. Emotion. I choose to empower the emotion. Words. I'll probably just do that, and then... I know, actually. This could be... You learn 2 more emotions. You know what? Yeah, let's give them 4 emotions. No, let's give them... Yeah. Okay, that is the skeleton of this power. I do not have time to develop it further because I need to go now. But I'm not sure what day this week, but my plan, my hope, is to stream during the day for several hours every single day this week up until Friday. Whether that, or certainly up until Thursday at least. But how that's going to happen, whether that's going to be exactly as is, I'm not 100% sure, because I do have a couple games over the next couple of days. But one of those streams I am going to try and dedicate to finishing what I have here with Mystic, and I think certainly in my own time this evening, I'm going to mark it down on my list of shit to do, is... So I'm going to make a decision on what I'm doing with the Psi Crystal. And then I'm going to have a long, like 3-4 hour stream during the day sometime this week on exactly what is happening with the, Is it going to be tomorrow or is it not? Is it going to be tomorrow or is it not? Probably not tomorrow, because I have a Rona jab tomorrow and a game that I need to prepare. So I'll probably just do a writing stream tomorrow afternoon. I think it's going to be Wednesday, I think. But either way, I'm going to head off now. Is there anyone we can raid? No, there is no one I'm following who is streaming. So rip. Either way, I'm going to head off here. Hope folks have enjoyed themselves. I will be back at some point tomorrow afternoon to do a writing stream. Those have been going really well. It's been really fun. I've been speeding through this writing project courtesy of those streams. Getting like most of one character done in a single sitting is a good feeling. Like it feels. There are I think 25 character entries in the book, and I officially reached halfway through the other day. And I've given myself until the end of the month to finish it, so it's super doable. I just, I need to, get everything done in that time. But either way, I hope folks have enjoyed themselves. I will be back tomorrow, probably 2 p.m. BST, because my Rona jab is at 1:05, to do some writing, and then on Wednesday I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this. And on Thursday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was probably going to be more writing on Thursday. But either way, hope folks have enjoyed themselves. I'll see you guys around.